And we are live. We are live. It should be a-okay this time. My stream settings actually saved, and not only did they save, but all the sound, the audio, everything sounds great. It looks great. It should be better, like more centered. I noticed that it wasn't centered when I rewatched like just a part of the stream after the fact, which was unfortunate because I know that there are probably people out there who would not exactly enjoy that the image isn't in the center of the screen. All right, greetings, gamer guys and gals. Excuse me. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. I just put up the message in the chat. We are going to be getting rolling very shortly here. Let me just take a quick little sip. All right. Yep, so we have completed the 3 pendants. We got ourselves the magic boomerang. We have the bow, several weapons and items. No, we're not trying to do that. We even have the ether. I don't know if that's any useful in here. It might be. Let's see. We do have... Yeah, we have 3 fairies. I don't think we're going to need all that. And we have ourselves the Master Sword, which is pretty phenomenal. So we're going to be heading up to Hyrule Castle Tower. We opened up the barrier last time, and now we're going to continue. So this is actually one of my favorite dungeons in this entire game, even though it's not very involved, I would say. All right. Now, we don't want to waste all our arrows on this first room, but we are going to be using arrows. A heart. That is most appreciated. And we get a key. So this dungeon is, I don't think there's any puzzles in this dungeon, which is not the reason why this is one of my favorites. It's actually just one of my favorites because of the fact that I like how straightforward it is, and I do like towers, and that's basically all this is. Yeah, the Master Sword beams are really phenomenal. They're one of the best ranged weapons in this game. Not for their damage, but just because of the way that they can hit things, which is really great. Alright, so one of these pots, I believe... Is it a pot? It might not actually be a pot. Something in here... It actually most likely is one of the pots. Gives us a key. So let's go ahead and check them all, shall we? We have 117 rupees, which is pretty cool. Not very needed or necessary. That is actually pretty cool that we got that, though. We do need more magic, potentially. Alright, so there is a chest down there, so I'm thinking it's probably... Yeah, it's gonna be in the chest. So I was a little bit wrong there. Alright, now how do we get over there is the question. Right here? Yep. Yeah, so this room has quite a lot of stuff that you can just, like, gather. This dungeon's not exactly easy, per se, and the boss, even though once you understand what to do with the boss, isn't, like, the hardest thing in the world. But, the game only tells you in one which way how you're able to defeat Aghanim. The master of this dungeon. Ah, thank you for the arrows. I really do actually appreciate it. let's see. Alright. So now we actually have the best ranged weapon in this game. A pot. It's actually really funny too because the pots in this game are stupid powerful. I want to say they're like as powerful as like some of the crazier weapons in the game, which is really weird because you wouldn't think that. I wouldn't think that. Alright. Listen well, Zeake. Even with the Master Sword, you cannot inflict physical harm on the wizard. You must find a way to return his own evil magic power to him. It'll become blatantly obvious once we get to the wizard Aghanim what we're supposed to do. The bow is going to be of no use for that fight, so it doesn't really matter that I am wasting shots here, if you would call it wasting. We might be able to get all of our hearts back here. I don't know. That's one. Oh, we got some arrows, though. We do always love some good assortments of arrows. Yeah, these gold dudes are actually really darn annoying. We actually seen one of them earlier in the game. We saw I think he has like black armor on instead of gold, and he's actually considered a mini boss. He was the first boss we fought. One of them mace swinging dudes. I can't remember exactly what they would be called, but that's really unfortunate that we're low on health, though. Blast an arrow at him. Alrighty, so let's see. There's a map. Yeah, we have. It's literally so. It's a very simple dungeon. It's, you know, it's not like complex. I just like the idea of being in a really tall tower. It's cool. Aha, Zeake! I have been waiting for you. I was hoping I could make Zelda vanish in front of your eyes. Behold, the last moment of Princess Zelda. Ho 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 ho! With this, the seal of the 7 wise men is at last broken. It is now only a matter of time before evil power covers this land. After all, the legendary hero cannot defeat us. The tribe of evil, when we are armed with the power of gold. Ho ho ho! Now, I must go. Alright, so you would immediately be like, okay, what's going on here? But you can open the curtains. Oh, so you mean to say you would like to be totally destroyed? Well, I can make your wish come true. Alright, so he has a couple of different attacks. Yeah, that's not one of them you can deflect back at him. That, however, is. Alright, when he goes to the center of the screen and does not aim at you, he's shooting lightning. You can't do anything to deflect or block that. Aw. I was trying to run away from it, but I was not doing a good job of that. It is the end, or is it? We do have fairies. We do have 3, exactly. He takes a lot of damage per hit, but it doesn't particularly matter. Because we shouldn't even need another fairy for this. Yeah, you can't hurt him at all, as I just demonstrated there. Only thing you can do is deflect the solid spheres that he throws. Oh, he's throwing a lot of those. Grr, well met, like the true hero that you are. But I am not ready to admit defeat yet. I will draw you into the dark world. Yeah, so if you know what you're doing, he's not really that difficult of a fight. Zeake, it is I, Sahasrahla. I am communicating to you across the void through telepathy. The place where you now stand was the Golden Land, but evil power turned it into the Dark World. The wizard has broken the wise man's seal and opened a gate to link the worlds at Hyrule Castle. In order to save this half of the world, the Light World, you must win back the Golden Power. You must also rescue the 7 maidens who Aghanim sent to the Dark World as members of the bloodline of the 7 wise men. They have the power that will surely help you. The maidens are locked in hidden dungeons full of evil creatures and dangerous traps. The Palace of Darkness should be your first goal in this world. Zeake, I can rely on only you. Please make this old man's wishes come true. I beg you. Alright, so you don't get anything, unfortunately, for beating Aghanim, because it's not really a true dungeon in the sense of a dungeon like the rest of the dungeons in this game that have like dungeon items and all kinds of rigmarole like that. So it's kind of I don't know exactly how to explain it other than to say that, like, if you're expecting anything crazy, well, you are going to be sorely disappointed. I actually think there's something we can receive over here. Yeah, pretty darn sure. Yep, piece of heart. You found a piece of heart. Your heart level increased. Oh, that increased our heart capacity there. Alright, so like everything in the Dark World right now does multiple hearts of damage to us. I actually think what we want to do first is... I don't know that this is going to help us any, but hold on a second. Let's check this route. Okay. There's gotta be a way. Oh, you know what? You can't actually get through here. That's actually the exit for this. You have to enter this, and that's the exit. There's no way to get in there. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and just ignore that then. Alright, so the Dark World, let's see. We do have a map of it. It's basically a mirrored world of the Light World. There is all kinds of, like, I want to say dungeons and places we can go that are very intriguing. We do need the Titan's Mitts in order to go to some of the dungeons. Like, for instance, that right there is the Ice Dungeon. It's telling us that we need to go to the Dark World Dungeon, or the Palace of Darkness first, which is, you know, the Eastern Palace. After you beat the Eastern Palace, I'm pretty sure you can do all of the palaces in the Dark World in any order. You might even be able to do them all in any order, period. What I recall is that the Dark World is very open-ended, and it's very cool. It has a lot of really cool secrets and ways to get back and forth between the light and dark world, and a lot of the dungeons have really intriguing design. So the dungeons that we've played up to this point have been pretty darn basic, but when we get to like the later parts of the game, it's going to be the opposite of basic. This way, Palace of Darkness. Yeah, so it's really pushing. No, I don't want to do that. Yeah, it's really pushing to go to the Palace of Darkness. I wonder what else we can do at this moment. It's actually been quite a long time since I played A Link to the Past at all. Usually, I play it pretty much all the time, like every year kind of thing. But I haven't played A Link to the Past in quite a while. As you can see, the trees sort of look like they are living, like creatures. So everything in this world has supposedly been warped and twisted and turned. In such a dangerous world, you may need many things. Select something that you like. Yeah, so this is just a shop. There's a very intriguing reason why there's a shield here and why you can buy it. You can actually get your shield stolen in the forest, which is, in my opinion, incredibly bad design. I understand the implications behind it, but the later shields in this game, I don't know if those can be stolen, and if they can, like, that's seriously bad design. Alright. This way, Lake of Ill Omen. I wonder if there's anything we can get over here. Let's find out. No. So yeah, there's a lot of puzzles involving the world now, in which you have to use the mirror and good positioning to teleport back and find yourself in areas in which you can gain items you couldn't before. There's actually several items we've already seen, and I even made specific mention to make note of it. Curses to anyone who throws something into my circle of stones. I think you're supposed to throw something particular. Was it you who disturbed my peaceful nap? I will give this to you if you go away. Yeah, this is the Quake Medallion. Its magic causes the ground to shake and defeats nearby enemies. Watch your magic meter. You literally, all you have to do to get the Quake Medallion is to throw a rock into that circle of stones, which is really cool. So we've got the Ether and the Quake. There is one other medallion we can get. I think it's called Bombos. So the reason why the game gives you the medallions in this way is because Ether is the weakest of the medallions. It's still powerful. It basically freezes everything around you and shocks certain enemies. Quake stuns different kinds of enemies, kills different kinds of enemies, and turns some enemies to stone. Bombos just destroys everything on your screen. So when we see that, you know, it's going to be quite fun. I thoroughly enjoy Bombos. It's really fun. I don't think there's anything actually over here for us to do. No, it was just that. Yeah, I kind of want to get into as much as possible. Oh, another one funny thing to do is actually to, well, no, I don't think you can throw the sign into his little circle. That'd be funny. But yeah, I just want to do as much as I can before entering like certain dungeons. Having the Quake and the Ether Medallion are very useful for certain dungeons in this game, because you kind of just want, like, all of the benefits that you possibly can have. I do believe that there are waterfalls that we can swim into. Don't know where they would be, but we are looking. How dare you hit me? This might be one? Aw. This... Yeah, it's a portal. That's actually very cool. I wanted to go here next. Alright, so... we're gonna come up here. Darn dive bombing animals. Or creatures. Animals. Oh, well. Just ran into that guy like 3 times. Yeah, as you can see, you can take a lot of damage in here. One thing a lot of people like doing is going to the ice dungeon pretty much as soon as possible. And reason being is because the ice dungeon has your first armor upgrade in this game, which allows you to take half damage. Very useful. Hey, I'll tell you a profitable story if you pay me 20 rupees. Yeah, sure. Thank you. To tell you the truth, I used to be a thief in the light world. Some of my fellow thieves went into hiding because they were afraid of being caught. One of them was a master locksmith, but now he is hiding the fact that he was a thief by pretending to be a strange middle-aged guy. Yeah, so once you talk to this guy, I believe, you can actually go and talk to the dude who doesn't want his sign stolen. And I think it gives you something. I think that's how you get your next bottle, if I'm not mistaken. So we're actually going to do that at some point, because we want bottles. Alright. Alright, so this is just a healing fairy fountain. We do need to get fairies, though. We absolutely need to get fairies. So since we're actually close to... yeah, these guys are just pelting me right now. I did not mean to teleport in there. These darn enemies are literally pelting me. Alright. Yeah, we're actually very close to... okay, see that pumpkin thing? Those are the dudes who can steal your shield. You do not, under any circumstances, want your shield to be stolen. Yeah, we need the Titan's Mids. So the ice palace is literally right here, and in order to get into it, you need the Titan's Mitts to be able to lift up dark stones, like darker gray stones. So we're definitely going to get into there as soon as possible, but you actually have to beat Dungeon 4 in order to get the Titan's Mitts. No. Oh, well, I didn't mean to do that. Big trouble, huh? Yeah, so we're getting fairies here. That is why we decided to come over here. I will definitely keep that in a bottle. And I'll definitely keep that in a bottle. Yeah, we want fairies pretty much all the time. And honestly, like, going out of your way to get them is worthwhile. Because, especially in the early Dark World, you are going to find a lot of enemies very frustrating and not so fun. There's actually several things we can do now that are really darn cool in the Light World because we have access to the Dark World, including the ability to get a fast travel method in the Light World. which I definitely want. Let's see. No, we don't want to save and quit. I keep pressing that on accident. Yeah, we're probably going to go towards the Palace of Darkness. You want at least 100 rupees in order to do this, like, Palace of Darkness thing. So, let's... there's good reason as to why that is. I kind of want to get some stuff in the light world. Stop your nonsense, dude. Alright. We're gonna save and quit. Yep, we're gonna start at... Yeah, I guess the Sanctuary would probably be the best. Alrighty. Yeah, so we have quite a few things we can get right now, at least from my memory. And we might as well go ahead and start looking. We are very close to... Yeah, we want to go to that forest too, I believe. I'm going a little bit too far, actually. First and foremost, we want to go up here to the lumberjacks. Alright, finish those guys off. Alright, we all recall the tree at which the lumberjacks were cutting down. Well, it has been cut, and now we have a hollowed out tree. So this is another area in which you can get easy fairies at any time, plus a piece of heart. A piece of heart, though, we can only get once. Alright, so let's go ahead and check in here. Yeah, the lumberjacks are quite gone. I don't remember if you ever save them or anything like that, like in the story. The House of Lumberjacks. A Bumpkin and B Bumpkin. Intriguing names, to say the least. I love that the boomerang, even when it comes back, can still stun enemies, which is a very cool thing about its features, in my opinion at least. Alright, so because we defeated Aghanim, the guards are pretty much everywhere now. We don't mind rupees. We have exactly 143 right now. Okay, we need the hammer for this. That's actually something... Ooh, we can get this. Oh, that's very nice. After we complete the Palace of Darkness, we'll be able to come back here. I need to remember to do that, because it's very important. If my lost partner returns, we can temper your sword, but now I can't do anything for you. Alright, so you also want to remember this dude. I can't remember exactly when you're capable of getting the lost dude for the tempering of the sword. It should be soon, actually. And we'll be getting our first sword upgrade. Well, second sword upgrade, actually. But first sword upgrade for the Master Sword to upgrade its power by double. So we will have double the strength of our Master Sword pretty darn soon. And there's even one further upgrade, which is pretty darn cool. Yeah, I don't think so, buddy. Yeah, the green guards, pretty much all of the green enemies are just like a one-shot now. Alright, so with that guy, one of the reasons why you want to go to this little, like, alcove of forest is just to see him for the first time. We actually want to... Is there anything else we can do in the light world right now? I know there's a couple of things, but we kind of need, like, dark world access into the light world to do it. There's some items we need. We need the hammer. In order to progress a lot, we need the hammer and the Titan's Mitts. So we're actually going to probably save and quit and go to Zeke's house, and then take the portal at Hyrule Castle, and hopefully find our way back to the forest, because we want to go to the forest. There is good reason for it. So let's go ahead and do just that. We're going to save and quit. Find ourselves getting right back home. Yes. Oh, it's, sounds like it's raining pretty hard out right now. Alright, so... And then we just instantly teleport. Now, we might actually have to go to the Palace of Darkness before we can make our way to the forest, which would be kind of unfortunate, but I'm not entirely sure. We're going to find out, though. Yeah, I actually think that we do. Pretty darn sure we do have to go to the Palace of Darkness first. That kind of stinks. At least we're going the right way. Yeah, it's not all that bad. The Palace of Darkness is pretty darn cool. Oh man, that was some pretty shocking thunder out. It is actually storming quite bad. If for some reason I lose power and the stream dies, you'll know why. Luckily, I can just save and quit if that ever does happen. Alright. I forget what this house holds, because this is not the palace. You're new here, aren't you? Did you come here looking for the power of gold? Well, you're too late. It will only obey the first person who touches it. The man who last claimed the power of gold wished for this world. It reflects his heart. Yes, I came here because of greed for the golden power, and look what happened to me. To restore the golden land, a person worthy of the golden power must defeat the man who created this place. Until that time, I am stuck in this bizarre shape. But what a mischievous thing to leave lying around, the power of gold. Triforce. That does sound kind of mischievous. I do really appreciate the hearts there. But I wonder if the hearts respawn if you go back in, because I would like to actually be full on hearts right now. Let's find out. They do. Very nice. Yeah, we've taken a lot of damage. So what we've got here is a bit of a maze. The only way to get to the actual dungeon itself is you have to find a monkey in the forest maze, and then you have to pay him. I want to say there are things here to do as well. Yeah, look at how many hits that takes. Where are we here? I don't know that this has anything in it, so we're going to find out. Alright, let's check out what this cave does, or leads to. Hey, I'll tell you a profitable store if you pay me 20 rupees. Sure. Ha, thank you. They say there is a tiny circle of rocks in the lake at the source of the river. I don't know what will happen, but it might be fun to throw something into it. See you. Well, unfortunately, I just paid 20 rupees for a bit of information that is past due. Quite well past due, in fact. Alright, so I don't actually think there's anything here for us to glean. Besides that little bit of information that we already technically used. Alright. I appreciate the bomb. Yeah, some of the Dark World enemies can actually drop fairies, which is kind of really cool. It's not necessary for me right now, but it's really cool either way. Alright. So we have arrows on the floor telling us basically where to go. We would have found our way eventually. I'm just trying to basically look around to see if I can find anything worthwhile. Doesn't look like it. I already know pretty well where to go. You need to come in here. We're going the wrong direction. There we go. I'm Kiki, the monkey. Kiki! I love rupees more than anything. Can you spare me 10 rupees? Yeah, sure, let's give him 10 rupees. Kiki, Kiki, Kiki. Good choice. I will accompany you for a while. Kiki, Kiki, Kiki. Yeah, so you need actually 110 rupees, I think it is. And then you come right here. Kiki, Kiki. If you give me 100 rupees, I will open the entrance for you. Kiki, Kiki, Kiki. What will you do? Ask him to open it, sure. Good choice. Then I get 100 of your rupees. Yeah, so you do need 110. I was a little bit off on that, but you cannot open this dungeon yourself, as is pretty well darn obvious. What's interesting about it, though, is that you actually get more rupees from this dungeon than you spend. So it's not like you're wasting. I wouldn't worry about it at all, in fact. Alright, so pots are going to be one of your best friends in this dungeon. I'm not even kidding. Those little dudes with the green head, they are very annoying. We do not have what is the best way to kill them. Also, these guys right here, if you're quick about it, you can turn them into fairies. All you have to do is use the magic powder. Zeake, can you hear me? It's Zelda. I am locked in Turtle Rock on top of Death Mountain. I know you are doing your best, but please hurry. I will do my best. And we open that door. Alright, so I think what we want to do for these guys here... Yeah. If you're going to fight them at range, you kind of want to do... like arrows or something. I don't know that we have to open this. I don't think we do. Yeah, so these dudes, I believe they're called mimics or something in this game. I don't know exactly what they're called. But you have to get them to go in a way in which you can shoot them without like hurting yourself. All right. Yeah, you want to be very careful about smacking these guys, too. You got the map. You can use it to see your current position and the rest of the dungeon. Very useful. This part of the game is when the dungeon map becomes, like, almost 100% crucial to have. Like, in earlier parts of this game, it was pretty well not useful at all. But now... it is incredibly useful, and as you can see, the dungeon itself is actually quite large. It's nowhere near the largest in this game. I will warn you that, but it is quite large. Bombs are... I did not mean to walk away from that. So we got a fairy room here. I do believe these respawn upon, like, re-entering the dungeon. I didn't actually mean to pick one up like that, but... I don't think there's too many dungeons in this game that have fairy rooms. However, just about every single dungeon in the Dark World have those little weird creatures that you can turn into fairies. Okay, so it's every time you like refresh the screen. That's pretty darn useful. I was not aware that they were that generous concerning that stuff. Yeah, and you want to be kind of careful there. You really don't want to take like unnecessary hits in this dungeon. Yeah, so, do you hear that noise? That little, like, ting? You can actually tap the sword on the wall to find out whether or not the wall is actually bombable. Because, like, those are cracks in the wall, but they're not actually bombable. So I'm pretty sure we have completed, like, everything we need to do downstairs. Which is very cool. Well, on the right side, that is. It's this one right here, right? Alrighty. And I think this is also an opener. Yeah, so you want to do the right and left side before you do... Okay, that doesn't work. That opens that. All right. Yeah, so you do want to do the right and left sides before you do the center of the dungeon. If you noticed, all right, so I can't push that through. Okay. Yeah, if you noticed, what you kind of want to do is, because this dungeon is basically a mirror of the Eastern Palace, but much bigger and much more, like, in depth. So you kind of want to pay attention, because in the Eastern Palace, you could actually go all three routes, the right or the left or the middle, but the right and the left had nothing in them. So it's almost like an in-game hint telling you, like, you actually need a specific item in this dungeon in order to damage those guys, which stinks. All right. All right. We'll go ahead and grab that key. I do love having my hearts back. Alright, so there we go. That was the... I think that's the only time... You don't need to go back down there anymore. But, yeah, this is the side in which you can push that from. Alright, so... moving on from here. Alright, so you can drop down here. I wonder if it's a good idea to do that. Kind of looks like it could be. Like, I'm pretty sure we'll have some stuff over here to get. Alright, you are gone. And we have 2 more keys. Aw. So we gotta go back through here. Bombs are very useful. We can go right. We're actually gonna go left first. Yeah, this is a dark room. You got some bombs. We don't really need those, but thank you anyway. Yeah, you actually do need a lot of bombs in this dungeon. It's just that I don't need them because, you know, I upgraded my bomb capacity and I have a billion bombs. Alright, so you see that different sound there? Yep. Alright, so we actually don't even need to open this right now because the reality is we do not have the master key of the dungeon. So therefore we cannot grab this. But just for demonstration's sake, it's locked. If you had the big key, you might be able to open it. Now, the item that we get in this dungeon is actually super duper strong. I want to say it's as strong as the Tempered Master Sword as a weapon. It's not primarily used as a weapon except for some enemies, like for instance the dungeon boss in this dungeon. It's actually really useful to use it. Alright, so I do believe Quake is very powerful. Okay, it's not Quake then. What was it in this dungeon? I don't know. We need to move them away from the chest. Alright, we got the compass. Awesome, so this will tell us where stuff is. The boss is right there. Yeah, I don't like these. These guys can only be taken care of, I want to say, with the dungeon item. And they're super duper annoying. I bet that little thing there is feeling claustrophobic. Alright, so we want to go to the right, it looks like. But... Alright, so... Yeah, we want to go to the right, but that requires falling down first. Yeah, so there's ways to cheese some of the enemies in this game. Alright. And there we go. I don't remember exactly what it is that you want to get. Okay, we're getting some bombs back. Alright. I think it has to be on red, but we'll leave it on blue for the time being just in case. Yeah, so this statue moves. Earlier in this dungeon, I love the way that Zelda is sometimes designed, in that earlier in this dungeon you had to, or could have, I should say, it wasn't really had to, you could... You could move one of those little statues, and then, so it's like a tutorial, pretty much, of, like, hey, this is what you can do. You can move these statues. And then this should look familiar. And we have opened that up. Where is the dungeon key? I actually don't think it's in here. I think I'm going the wrong way. Let's see. I want to say it's in one of those two stairwells in the left room from me. This room right here, I'm pretty sure this leads to the boss room. So we're actually going to go back a bit. That was very unfortunate. Alright, so we can't get... There's probably not going to be hearts here. No. Okay, we need that turned. Swing that sword. I don't know that there's a reason to come up here. We're gonna find out. Yes, there is a reason to come up here. Alright, let's fall down here, and let's go ahead and do some more exploring. Yeah, there was definitely a reason to come up here. We do have another key, so that's cool. Oh, this is where the master key is. Awesome. That's actually pretty darn fantastic. Yep, I knew it. The master key of the dungeon. All right. And we got our hearts back. You want to be smart about the things you have access to in this game, because there are so many things in this game that will just, like, allow you to... You can really break the game in a way. Like, you can bust the game with the stuff that you have in your possession, if you know what to do. Like, for instance, the magic powder is actually not a necessity in this game to even receive. You don't have to get the mushroom, you don't have to get the powder, period. It's not actually required. Alright, so now that we have the big key, we don't need to go to the left. I think we can hit that from here. Yes, we can. And you're gone. All right. And you're gone. And we just go to the right. Don't remember which staircase it is, but we're gonna find out. Alright, so we're going to... go ahead and transform him there. And we get a whole boatload of rupees in this dungeon. Like, we already have 249, and we're getting more. Get that guy out of my way. And up we go. We actually really need to get the dungeon item now, and then we're basically boss ready. Yeah, so we'll have to go to the left and then to the right. Which is darn cool. Like, we're making some very good progress on this dungeon very quick. And, again, like... it almost looks like, and, you know, there's probably people gonna, like, say, well, you're using a guide or whatever. I don't really care if you thought that, you know. But I haven't played this game in so long, and it's actually surprising me. Like, literally surprising me. I'm surprising myself here at how well I'm getting through this dungeon in this game right now. Alright, so... Alright, so can we guess what item this is going to be? It is the... You got the magic hammer. You can drive the wooden stakes into the ground. You can use it to pound on other things too. Alright, so this weapon is pretty darn busted. It is actually the most powerful weapon that you can have at this moment. It has very short range. Like, incredibly short range. Much shorter than it actually looks. I remember it being quite deceiving, like how short the range is. Which is unfortunate. That's the only thing that kind of stinks about it. But what is really cool is that there are some enemies right now that you can trivialize with this weapon. Even enemies that aren't meant to be hit by it. Yep, you can even break the skulls and the pots. Yeah, so you flip those dudes upside down. Alright, so we need to go further to the right. So we're actually going to go down south. Ah. You have to hit those guys, like, pretty much dead on. great. Let's make that guy claustrophobic again. We have to go down here. Group up, my friends. Aw, that was a little bit too far. And that was a little bit too, darn it. I'm gonna KO my own self here. Alright. And so you can use any ranged weapon to get that except for like the staffs, the magic rods or whatever. I don't know why you would do that with magic rods, but you know. You just never know with people. Alright. Put you over yonder, and then we are going to find ourselves going downstairs. Yeah, you can KO these guys too. Pretty darn easy with this weapon. Okay, he does not take damage from that. Yeah, those mimics, the ones that shoot at you, are kind of a little bit hard to deal with, at least until you get a certain shield in this game, that is. And you do need the hammer for this next part of the dungeon. Again, this is one of the only things that I don't really care for about this Zelda is the low heart sound. It really stinks, actually. Oh. We do have 2 more fairies, but if we lose another fairy before we get to the boss, I might just actually do the dungeon warp to go ahead back to the beginning of the dungeon to get the fairies, because this boss is actually quite hard. Quite difficult. One of you. Alright. And of course, it was like one of the last ones that I picked up. I would really like those, actually. Oh well. We have 446 rupees. Want to be very careful of this dude because, oh, well, he hit me there. Anyway, he hits very hard. And it's partly due to the fact that this is the Dark World. Alright, I do believe arrows are his bane here. Alright, cool. Yeah, once you break the helmet, which takes like 10 times the hits to do with the sword, you can still do it with the sword. You just want to shoot him with the bow and arrow. So that was the Helmasaur. He's actually one of the cooler looking bosses in the game, in my opinion. And what's this? Zeake, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you. This world used to be the Golden Land where the Triforce was hidden. But because of Ganon, the boss of thieves, wished the world was transformed. I'm sure he's intending to conquer even our light world after building his power here. He is trying to open a larger gate between worlds near the castle using our powers. But the gate is not open completely yet. If we 7 maidens come together, we can break the barrier around Ganon's hiding place. I will tell you where the other girls are held. I believe you will destroy Ganon. I will return to my original form at that time. Do you understand? Yes, we do. May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce. We get all our magic and hearts refilled. Yeah, so we are actually like making some very good progress here. So first things first. Howdy do, Quandary. Alright, so welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. You have missed quite a lot. But that's okay. We're actually going to go ahead and save and quit here. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna start from Zeke's house. My wonderful, humble abode. Alright, where do we want to go first? So I know we want to go to, like, the blacksmith's house. Where the heck was that? I mean, it was close to here. Yeah, it was close to here. I'm not exactly sure where. Yeah, we're gonna go to the Kakariko village. Oh, you know what? I actually think we can get the fast travel method, like, right now. We need to go to the Dark World and use our wonderful friend, the good old hammer. We do have one fairy left, so I'm not so concerned with getting the fairies immediately right now. But we are going to get the fairies, like, as soon as possible. I'm also planning on fully upgrading the quiver size and the bomb size, like, ASAP. Alright, I can zoom right past that dude. That's very, very cool. I'm glad you are joining us now. Alright, so let's wait to the bomb shop. Oh, I gotta show you. Alright, so once you do beat the Dark Palace, all of the palaces are now open to you. If you can find the way to get there, you can go. Let's see. From what I understand, Palace 5 and 6 are blocked behind the Titan's Mitts. Palace 2 we can go to right away. I think we can go to Palace 4 right away. The correct order that you want to go, if you want the mail as soon as you possibly can is actually to go Dark Palace, then number 4 Palace, and then 5. So we're probably going to do it in that order next, and we're going to do 2 and 3 afterwards, because I do want the ice, or I do want the ice gear. The only reason why I'm thinking that that might not be the greatest thing to do is because we will not have the fire rod if we go that order, and the fire rod is not essential, but it is very useful for fighting the boss in number 5. There is one other thing we can get. If we get the Bombos medallion, we don't have to worry about it. The Bombos medallion will pretty much take care of the boss in the Ice Palace. But, as I've said before, we're going to be seeing exactly what we do from here. Having the hammer has opened us a lot of places that we can go and grab some interesting items. And I want to do just that. I want to grab some interesting items. 100 rupees for 30 bombs. 30 bombs for just 100 rupees. Please buy them, mister. Alright, so this dude's an elephant-like creature. Yeah, I'm wanting to get the armor first. So I am going to do Dungeon 4 and then Dungeon 5. I'm going to get the Bombos medallion because that's going to be very helpful. There's a couple of things I need to get now, including the fast travel and the magic upgrade, before I'm going to do any of the dungeons. We might not even get to Dungeon 4 or 5 in this stream, if I'm being honest, because it's already 4:12. We completed the Dark Palace, and we still have quite a lot to do. Like, quite a lot to do. So we're just going to take it by ear and get it done as we go. I do like the sword beams a lot. They're not like the greatest power you have in your repertoire, but they are very useful. Especially when you get the final upgrade to the sword, the sword beams become so powerful. Like, they become more powerful than... Yeah, they become as powerful as the tempered sword swings. So that's pretty darn cool, in my opinion. Alright, so none of these are giving us anything. That stinks. After wandering into this world, I turned into the shape. I enjoyed playing the flute in the original world. There was a small grove where many animals gathered. I want to see that place again. I buried my flute there with some flower seeds. Will you try to find it for me? Yes. Then I will lend you this. You borrowed a shovel. You can dig in many places. You never know what you'll find. Alright, so we get a shovel item. Actually, you know what? There's, do we keep the shovel? I don't think you keep the shovel. There is a shovel dig game. I wanna say. I don't know that it yields anything, but we're going to go find out. Alright, and this is... Oh... Well, howdy, Light Worlder. You look like a straight shooter. Want to try your skill in my shooting gallery? I'll give you 5 shots for 20 rupees. If you're as sharp as I think you are, you stand to rake in the rupees. Sure. Alright, aim carefully. Ready, go. Oops. That's 1. That's 2. Oh, I missed. Oh well. I don't actually really care about doing the mini games, if I'm being real. But, you know. Yeah, so you can use the shovel to dig things. Who would have guessed? Who would have thunk that? Get out of my way, bee. Alright. Yeah, this is the digging game. Welcome to the treasure field. The object is to dig as many holes as you can in 30 seconds. Any treasures you dig up will be yours. It's only 80 rupees to play. Sure. Okay, time's up. Game over. Come back again. Goodbye. Alright, so we have to actually leave this area and then come back. So I believe the digging game does give you a heart piece. I believe. Welcome to the treasure field. The object is to dig as many holes as you can in 30 seconds. Yep, we want to dig. I actually don't remember if there's like a specific place you have to dig to get the heart piece, or if it's just you dig a bunch of times. That is something I'm not too sure about. Yeah, it doesn't yield anything after the game is over. We'll try a few more times. I don't remember exactly if there's like a number of times you have to dig or anything like that. I just don't remember much about this game. Yeah, so she lends you a shovel. So it actually doesn't matter if you have this shovel or not. Alright. Yeah, we'll probably do it like one more time. Because I would just like to get this done and over with, get the heart piece and move on. Well, I mean, at least we're profiting. We're actually profiting on this game. Getting enough red rupees, that is. After this, we'll be getting our Light World fast traveling mechanism. And then we'll also be getting our magic upgrade. don't know what's going on here. I think we're gonna have to let that alone for the time being. Maybe we'll come back and mess with it, because I don't really want to spend a lot of time doing that. Alrighty, so what we have to do, use our good old friend, the mirror here. I don't remember where exactly it is. There we go. Oh, here is the flute. Its music surely has some sort of power. Alright, so now we go ahead and take our teleporter back. Yeah, we don't have the shovel anymore, but we don't actually need it. Thank you, Zeake, but it looks like I can't play my flute anymore. Please take it. If by chance you go to the village I lived in, please give it to a tired old man you find there. Well, my mind is getting hazy. Please let me hear the sound of the flute one last time. And he just turns into some kind of like tree, which is a little bit unfortunate for him. Alright, let's go back to the village, shall we? We do have to teleport. Alright, enough. You're dead. Don't need those rupees at this current time, but we do like having extra, just in case. And there we go. Anytime I would like to find myself flying away, we now can. I'm all sold out of bottles. Come back later, okay? I don't know what tired old man he was talking about. Unfortunately, I want to say there's something you can obtain by going to a tired old man. We might just check out like the houses. Yeah, so nothing in here. Nothing in here as of yet. I want to say that one of these chickens, somewhere in this village, you're supposed to be able to use magic powder on. No, actually, you know what? That's in the Dark World. Never mind. In the Dark World, you're able to do that. A tired old man. He might actually be in the milk bar. I hope I get well soon. there's nobody on this side. Yeah, it's not until later Zelda series games in which if you attack the cuckoos, it makes them all attack you. Whoa, I saw her. A very nice young lady at the Waterfall of Wishing in the hills, where the river begins. Zeake, you should meet her at least once. I'm sure you will like her. Yeah, so he actually is the one who tells you about how you can get the wonderful boomerang upgrade. Sleepy, snore, snore. I think this is the tired old man. Mumble, mumble. Ooh, this is my son's flute. Did you meet my son? Where is he? Is he all right? Oh, I see. Well, I can tell what you want to say by the look in your eyes. Would you keep the flute, and will you play its sweet melody for the bird in the village square? I beg of you, please. My son would have it this way. But still, I wish I could see him once more. Alright, so he just tells you about the literal ability to get the... Oh, you know what? The Waterfall of Wishing can upgrade one more thing I have in my possession, and I didn't do it. Uh-huh. We gotta go to the Waterfall of Wishing. And we fly away. So now we get 8 locations that we can fly to now with the fast travel. Oh, this is awesome. I totally forgot about the Waterfall of Wishing is to the left. I think. Yeah, I totally forgot about this. There's actually an item that we could have upgraded from the start of this darn game, I believe. I might be thinking wrong here, but we're about to find out. Okay, so it's not here. Is it there? Oh, it is there. Well, I'll be darn tootin'. Alrighty. Oh, that really stinks. I can't even get there from here. Oh, well. You actually have to go up the lake. Or up the river. Alright, let's see where this whirlpool leads. I did not mean to go back. Alright, so now that we're back up here, we can actually go get to the Waterfall of Wishing. I can't believe I actually forgot about this. Enough, dude. Alright. Yeah, it's actually kind of funny that you need a magic item to swim, but it's actually the very same thing in the same thing too in Skyward Sword. You actually need an item in order to be able to swim, which sounds dumb, but games have to have like progression barriers. to throw the shield. Yes, I like an honest person. I will give you something better in return. Your shield is improved. Now you can defend yourself against fireballs. I actually feel really dumb about this. You can get the shield and the boomerang are the only things you can upgrade via this Waterfall of Wishing. There's actually 2 Waterfalls of Wishing in the game. Well, there's 3. One of them is the well, not Waterfalls of Wishing, like a wishing well kind of thing. There's 3 of them in the game. One of them does the shield and the boomerang. One of them does the bomb and quiver amount, which we're also going to go to, by the way. And the other one does late game stuff that I don't exactly want to spoil. Next thing you know, it will need 37 hearts, 18 master swords, and 7,635 Korok seeds before you can walk slightly faster for 3 seconds. I don't think it's ever going to get that crazy, but I see your point. But games do actually need, like, barriers of progression. Now, some games work just fine without, like, a barrier of progression, but those types of games are just different games in general than what I'm playing here. Yeah, we'll throw a few. We'll throw 25 so we can get back to our normal amount. Total happiness is 50. Big trouble, apparently. We're going to throw another 50 in. So we had 2 reasons to come here. One, I want to... Okay, you don't have any more bottles. Free. I wanted to get the fairies, and the other I want to upgrade the bomb and arrow bags. We're going to need those to be much bigger later on. Throw a few. 50 rupees. Let's carry more arrows. Yeah, I can only do... what? 1 more arrow upgrade and 2 more bomb upgrades. Which is actually pretty darn fantastic that we're very close to being done with this. I love doing this as early as I possibly can in this game. And you get a lot of rupees, as you saw, through certain, like, events in the game. Oh, another thing I will say is those little pumpkin dudes that I was talking about earlier who stick out their tongue, they can actually grab your shield and steal it. I don't know if they can do that to the red shield. I sincerely hope they can't. But I don't know, and if they can, that's super duper annoying. I actually think that that's one of those little frustrating things or elements to this game that I don't particularly like. It's sort of like the low heart sound. There's only a couple of things in this game that I don't like, that I would change if I could. And the heart sound is one of them. I hate that. I think that's one of the dumbest things that Zelda has ever had. Like, what it needs to be is like a single beep, or like a beep or 2, and then after that, no more. You don't hear it again. I want to carry more bombs. I'm starting to wonder if 50 arrows is not the maximum. I thought that she would say something along the lines of, oh, you can't upgrade that anymore. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to throw in the next 50, and then I'm going to try to upgrade the arrows to see. I'm not doing any more after this because I think 25 bombs is perfectly fine for the time being. Plus, we're going to need rupees for later on in the game as well. Alright, so 55 arrows, that should be good for now. And we have ourselves 3 fairies, so we're back on track. We actually, I believe we can get the 4th bottle, so that's really good. We're gonna go to Kakariko Village first. Reason being for that is because we want to find ourselves going down to the blacksmith. I believe the blacksmith is south. I believe. Now we'll take that rupee. Actually, is it? No, it's east. It's not south. Yep, blacksmith is right over here. Driving that wooden stake. Again, that's silly. Like, you would just, in real life, be able to jump over this stuff. I don't care how tall this fence is. Like, you would be able to find a way over it, or find a way over that wooden stake. But it's just how video games work with, like, the progression. You need forms of progression in order to, like, give points to where you're going and be able to stop people from going to certain places to limit the progression. Not that progression has to be limited in every game. Breath of the Wild is a perfect example of a game that is not limited whatsoever. Alright, so we use the magic powder. Hey, blast you for waking me from my sleep. Dark sleep, I mean. Thanks a lot, sir. But now I'll get my revenge on you. Get ready for it. Is that okay with you, sir? I'd laugh at your misfortune. Now your magic power will drop by 1/2. Congratulations. Now do your best, even though I'm sure it won't be enough. Have a nice day. See you. Yeah, so you can't do that again. But there is actually a way in-game to get 1/4 magic. I don't remember exactly how it is. I think it might even just be a glitch. I think you can only get half magic in, like, a normal playthrough. But he's saying it like, oh, I'm cursing you so that you only have half the magic. No. That's not what this does. What this does is it makes it so that you use half your magic. So now instead of being able to use the Aether, Bombos, and Quake medallions 4 times, you can use them 8 times per full magic bar, which is very insanely useful. Like, I don't even have to explain how insanely useful that is. So, very excited for that. I absolutely love getting half magic. It's very awesome, because then you can actually spam things like the good old medallions. The medallions are a lot of fun too. And we're going to need that half magic and the ability to be able to spam it very soon. Very soon. Get out of my way. Huh. I'm almost certain that you could talk to this guy now. Pay no attention to the average middle-aged man standing by the sign. Leave him alone. What do we have to do in order to talk to this guy? Why did you take my sign? It says plain as day to just leave me alone. Yeah, I don't know then. I'm gonna have to look that up probably. Let's see. Where do we want to go next? I know there's still a few things that we can gather. Huh. One thing we can do is actually has to do with the Dark World. We can most likely go and actually temper our sword right now. Or can we? That's actually something that I'm not too sure on. We might be able to. You do have to go to Kakariko Village in the Dark World in order to gain access to that. I wonder if we can even, like, what we can do there, per se. We're about to find out. Because I have a sneaking suspicion. Well, that's pretty much where we're going next anyhow. But I have a sneaking suspicion that we want to go there. But do we want to go... Okay, we can't go north. Because I don't think there's a way to, like, jump. We do have to go south and around. Which is fine. I like how that bomber destroyed, like, his own dude. I absolutely appreciate when stuff like that happens. Yeah, so we are going the right way. We don't want to go south. We want to go west. Aw. That stank. Running into his spear like that. I think this is somewhere we can teleport back to. Yes, it is. Awesome. We want to find as many of these little hidden spots as we possibly can. Found a piece of heart. Awesome. Alright, so actually, I forgot to say what this shield even does. This is called, I actually think that it mentioned it in the description, but it blocks fireballs. So like the Zora fireballs, or those little fireballs that are shot from those, like, inanimate objects in the middle of that room in the Dark Palace, it blocks those, which is really cool. It even blocks the mimic shots, the red mimics that shoot that little fire, like, laser kind of thing. It blocks those too, which is really darn cool. Oh, are you about to tell me? No, we can't make it to the... Oh. I think what we have to do is we actually have to go to... I think we have to go to the mountain and use the mountain in order to find our way down, I think. Not too sure. This is one of those parts of the game where it's like I always have a little bit of an issue of where I'm supposed to go. We do want to find ourselves back to the village, though, because that's where our next dungeon will be, and after we find ourselves to the village, we should be able to get our sword tempered. If we can get our sword tempered before we fight the dungeon in Area 4, we will be more than adequately powerful enough to take on, like, anything that's there, including the boss. We actually do super want our... Like, really and truly, we want the ability to have the tempered sword before we fight Dungeon 4. I don't know that that's necessarily something we can absolutely do right now, but it is what I am going to be attempting. Alright, so... let's just hop down here, shall we? see what's in here. Oh, we cannot go here. Not yet, until we have the Cane of Burna or the Cape. Don't recall where we get either of those. I'm actually pretty darn thankful that this mountain doesn't have, like... that Death Mountain doesn't have any boulders on it in the Dark World, because those falling boulders in the Light World are annoying and useless. Which could be their exact purpose. And, you know, if being annoying and useless is the purpose you wanna reach by your enemies and inanimate objects coming down off the mountains to try to kill me, then you have succeeded. Okay, so we might have wasted our time here. I don't actually think... How do we get to... I wonder how we get to the village from here, then. I wonder how we find the Cane of Burna. If we could find the Cane of Burna or the Cape, we would have no problems getting through that cave. So I need to figure out where that is. If I could find where the Cane of Burna or the Cape is, then there would be no issue whatsoever. I would have the ability to go through that cape. Or cave. Man. Huh. I think we only have 2 Dark World portals that we can enter. Well, actually, no. There is another Dark World portal. Totally forgot about it. At least I think. I don't think you need the Titan's Mitts for this Dark World portal. We're about to find out, though. I think I went the wrong way. Yes, I think I really did. Alright, so we will go... not here. We need to go around. And to the left. Oh, okay, not there either, apparently. It might be over here, though. That darn thief. And yes, he will pickpocket you every time you come here if you're not careful. Alright, which way is it? It's either the right or the left. I will gladly take that. It is the right. Awesome. So yeah, you need the Power Glove as well as the hammer to be able to access this Dark World portal. I don't think there's anything under these, but you know what they say, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Hi, may I help you? You can open 2 chests for 30 rupees. Why don't you play? Sure. rupees. 150 rupees. Okay, we can play that game 5 times. In fact, we can play the game like, what, almost 7 times now? There we go. Piece of heart. You can get 1 piece of heart from this game. Actually, this game is hugely profitable, as you can see here. Like, if you get lucky, you can become filthy stinking rich from playing here. We'll play one more time. 100 rupees. 10 arrows. Don't need that. Alright, so we're at 437 buckaroos. Pretty sure that guy's a pickpocket too. I'm not about to deal with somebody stealing my stuff. Let's see. Alright, so breaking that little statue's pitchfork there opens the way to the 4th dungeon. So yes, we can already go into the 4th dungeon. I'm not doing that right at this very second, but that is something I did want to show you. I wish you could kill the pickpockets. It makes no sense as to the reason why you cannot. 300 rupees. That is why I didn't continue playing that game, because I knew there were rupees in this area. Alright. Let's see what's in this house. In such a dangerous world, you may need many things. I appreciate the offer, but your business practice of having a shop behind stakes is kind of crazy. Alright, so let's go ahead and bomb you open. Yeah, A Link to the Past is such a cool game. So many interesting ideas that it has. Another 300 rupees. Oh. I wasted some rupees there. Like almost 100. Well, now we have to spend some rupees or be in trouble, I guess. Yeah, you can stay right there. Oh, we need the Titan's Mitts. Okay, that didn't do anything. Yeah, we need the Titan's Mitts in order to open up there. So I'm guessing Dungeon 4 is just like our next area we want to go. However, we don't need a green potion, but I kind of want to know where the other bottle is. Huh. I mean, I guess I could look it up, but I don't really want to. Yeah, I think we have done a fair amount of adventuring and discovering here in, well, the Dark World Kakariko Town, and, well, the Dark World in general. We got ourselves half magic, we got ourselves the fireball shield, which is awesome. I could have had this since, like, pretty much the start of the game, which is pretty darn incredible that I missed something that particularly important. Because the regular shield, all the regular shield does is block arrows, stones, and spears, which that's pretty much all you're going to deal with in the early game anyhow, but I could have at least had it for when we had to deal with like fire shots. For instance, in the Palace of Darkness, I could have been totally blocking the shots from the mimics, which would have been hilarious, super cool too. So I think for next stream, we are going to head straight into the Thieves' Hideout, which is exactly what this place is called, in the Dark World Village. And then after that, we're going to be getting the Titan's Mitts, which, by the way, the Titan's Mitts are, aside from the hammer, they're another one of those really huge gatekeeping items that is halting our progress. If we had the Titan's Mitts, we would be able to go to several dungeons right now. Dungeon 5 and 6 would be accessible to us, as well as other areas in the map that are currently not accessible to us. We'd be able to access the King's Treasure, which actually might be the Cane of Burna. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think the King's Treasure is, well, the King's Tomb, where he has his treasure. I'm pretty sure he has a Cane of Burna in there. And if we had that, we could go up to that cave with all those spikes on the floor, which would be cool. The Cane of Burna, in my opinion, is a very, very cool item. It's one of the coolest in the game. I would prefer it over the cape. They basically perform the same kind of function, except the cape turns you into like a floating, invisible, non-tangible object, so you can't be like destroyed or hurt or whatever. I don't even think you can fall with that. Whereas the Cane of Burna, what it does is it turns you invincible while it spins a magic aura around you that also attacks enemies. But you're still tangible in the sense that you can fall and stuff like that, and you can still like do certain things. So they do have different functions, and they're still both useful in their functions, but I much prefer the Cane of Burna. It's really cool. It's also one of those things where, like, if you're in a really difficult boss fight and you want to have the ability to defend yourself and also attack at the same time, you can do just that, which is pretty darn cool, in my opinion, my humble opinion. So, like, for instance, if I ran out of fairies and I'm low on hearts, I'm in a really desperate boss fight, I can pull out the Cane of Burna, and as long as I have magic to last, which half magic will help us, I could prolong the boss fight and get out of sticky situations. That is actually a really cool strategy. Now, you can't do that with the cape, because you can't attack anything while you're with the cape. So there are some pros and cons. I'm actually thoroughly excited because I love The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, and I am so thoroughly excited for these streams. I think it's going to be absolutely fun. And if it wasn't for the fact that we had to do up like a whole bunch of tying up loose ends, I mean, we did 2 dungeons this stream. We tied up loose ends, we did 2 dungeons, so moving forward, you know, we're going to have less to do. Well, we're going to have a lot to do. We have a lot to do, and most of the dungeons from this point forward are far and away more difficult than the the Dark Palace. Far and away. Like, the Dark Palace is like a no-brainer dungeon compared to some of these late-game dungeons. Like, for instance, one of the reasons why people love the going to the Ice Palace as soon as possible is because they can get the blue mail instead of the green mail, which we currently have, which halves our current damage that we take. But that dungeon is a nightmare. Like a literal nightmare. I am definitely getting bombos before we go there, because I will not have the fire rod since we're skipping dungeon 3. We're actually skipping dungeon 2 and 3 for the time being. By the time we go to dungeon 2 and 3, we're going to be pretty darn overpowered, because we're going to have the tempered sword, we're going to have the blue mail, we're going to have the fire shield, all the goodies that we could have or want. And that's pretty exciting. I want to thank y'all for joining me, and if you like my content, please like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, and all those wonderful, glorious things in order to help pump my channel and get us going to a future of a community together. That, my friends, is something that I hope for. I think it's very awesome. I'm very excited for that. And I'm thrilled about continuing these A Link to the Past streams. We're going to be completing this game on stream. It's probably going to be several more streams before we do, but we'll get there. While you're all at it, I bid you farewell and a howdy do and all those wonderful things. Have a great and glorious day gaming, and I'll see you next time.